You're shrinking for them? Really? Is that the person that you want to be? Are you okay if you were in that person's position, in their shoes? Well, let me ask you this, right? Why are we shrinking for people that we don't want to be like, or that aren't going anywhere, that aren't fulfilling anything, that don't have any purpose? Why do we shrink for them, right? Why do we lower our frequency or energy? Why do we hang around people that we know we shouldn't hang around? Why are we doing things with certain people that we know we shouldn't do? You're a product of your environment. We all know it. But do we really know it? I want to share my experience as I'm finding my breakthrough with shrinking and lowering down for other people. So, we all know it, right? Sometimes we get caught up, right? Lowering ourselves down or, doing things that we know we shouldn't do. Have you ever had that moment where it's like you're hanging out with friends or family or whoever it may be, and everybody's doing something and they're like, do it, and you have this thought in the back of your head, like, all right, maybe I really should not do this, but I'm going to do it this one time. This one time won't hurt. And it's like, that's that voice or consciousness trying to guide us, trying to lead us, but we're shrinking down, and for what? And as I've grown, I realized that you really do grow when you get away from this, right? Because I used to be, in locker rooms with football players that would just drink and smoke and not do anything all day, or hang out with friends that just party every weekend, or, be with people that want to drink on a weekday night. And it's like, sometimes I would lower myself, right? And I wondered why I was just staying stagnant and staying stuck. But now I'm actually seeing progress. Now I'm growing mentally, physically, spiritually. I'm progressing in life. And I stopped shrinking. I stopped lowering myself down. I stopped saying, you know what, it's okay this one night, or it's okay this one time, or you know what, I'm gonna stop lowering myself for someone that don't even want to be. I don't even want to be like. I'm not even looking up to them. So ask yourself, does that make sense? Right? You're lowering yourself for someone that, if I ask you, are you okay with swapping shoes with them and living the rest of their life? And you probably wouldn't. So why do you feel the need that you have to lower for them? What do you have to prove to them? You know what I'm saying? And I know some of us get caught up with FOMO, but it's just something we have to outgrow to grow. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta stop, lowering ourselves for people that just aren't worth it. Because if you're hanging out with the right people, other people are going to be elevating, right? You're all going to be elevating each other's frequency. No one should be lowering for another person unless that person's trying to grow. Like, it's one thing if I'm hanging out with a friend and he's in the process of changing and he wants to change and he's asking me for advice, and I'm bringing his low frequency up. But it's another thing for me to be operating high and hang with someone low and I'm dropping down to meet them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, ask yourself, if you're an athlete, right? And I used to play sports, so I like to relate it back to that. If you're a really good athlete and you're on a really good team, would you ever say yes to going to a team with bad athletes that don't perform and don't want to practice hard and don't want to win? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not getting a higher contract, you're not getting no better benefits. It's just someone asks you, like, hey, do you want to come to our team, right? We don't really care about practicing, we don't really care about winning, right? We're not that good. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Just come, like, like stop trying so hard over there. Like, you're gonna say no. It's stupid, right? So why are we doing this? In real life context, why are friends saying, hey, come on, let's go do this, let's hang out, and it's like they're just bringing you down, and we're just like, okay, that's fine. Like, let me go shrink down, even though I wouldn't swap shoes with this person and live the rest of their life because I know where they're going. I know what type of path they're on. So the whole point of this is what I've learned and helped me grow is we got to stop shrinking, right? It's time to say no. It's time to put the foot down sometimes and stop fearing FOMO. Stop thinking about, trying to people please. Stop thinking about, being afraid to be lonely, because sometimes you just agree to things because you don't want to lose friends or family, and I get it. I've been there. But I'm starting to realize it's okay. It's better for me to be inside the house on a weekend night by myself doing things that I know I need to do, progressing rather than being out doing things I shouldn't do with people that don't see the vision, don't see the big picture. Like, think about that. Like, why are we shrinking for people that don't have a vision? Like, you have a vision, you have a purpose, right? You want to start a clothing brand, right? You got this big vision of changing the world and making a lot of money and being this big face, and you're hanging out with people that just want to get to the next day, right? And just want to live it up, right? And they don't have a vision. So they're not going to help you align with that vision. They're going to make choices that might set you back. They're going to make choices that might bring your frequency down, right? They might influence you to make one choice that messes up your life, and now your vision's gone just like that because you decided to shrink down. So it's like, at least if we're going to shrink, let it be for people that aren't too far off, right? That are still on a high frequency, high vibration, that are trying to get somewhere, that are just a little like less in frequency, that are getting there, you know what I'm saying? Rather than, like I said, just giving it off for someone who has nothing going, you know what I'm saying? So we need to stay the course, stay the plan, stop shrinking, keep grinding, keep building, be who you're meant to be. Don't lower yourself. Don't try to squeeze in a small box when you're meant to outgrow that, right? We're all in this together trying to find our breakthrough and take it to the next level. So subscribe to the channel. Let's find our breakthrough together. Drop a comment down below and stay tuned for more.